Attorney General Loretta Lynch admitting the Justice Department has discussed taking action against the energy industry for denying climate change is man-made. It came up during a round of questioning at a Senate Judiciary Committee hearing when a senator compared possible civil action against climate change deniers to civil action by the Clinton administration against the tobacco industry.
Under President Clinton, the Department of Justice brought and won a civil RICO action against the tobacco industry for its fraud. Under President Obama, the Department of Justice has done nothing so far about the climate denial scheme.
This matter has been discussed. We have received information about it and have referred it to the FBI to consider whether or not it meets the criteria for what we could take action on. I'm not aware of a civil referral at this time.
Michael Warren, staff writer for the Weekly Standard, joins us now with a little more on this. So do you think criminal charges are possible?
I think mostly this is sound and fury. I would be very shocked if the Department of Justice actually pursued a civil case. But, you know, things could really kind of go out of hand here. I really do think that there's a worrisome indication that the DOJ is even considering this. And that should worry people who care about the First Amendment and the fact that, you know, a lot of these industry folks are simply trying to push back against what is considered scientific consensus.
Yeah, and that's what a lot of people talk about. You know, how do you differentiate politics from actual science when you talk about climate change? I actually had our brain room look at one thing in particular. We hear this quote a lot: 97% of scientists agree that climate change is real, man-made, and dangerous. Well, countless articles after that, the president said that. Senator John Kerry also referenced it. This one came from the Wall Street Journal. They said that that assertion, the 97%, comes from a handful of surveys and abstract counting exercises that have been contradicted by more reliable research. So if the science is still in question, how could you take this to the level of breaking the law?
It's a really good question, or at least being sued in a civil suit. Look, I mean, even if 99.9% of all scientists agreed on this, I mean, the First Amendment protects your right to have a different opinion or to look at different evidence and have it and say something differently. I mean, that's what the First Amendment's about. You know, Sheldon Whitehouse has really been pushing this idea that there's some way that the government can step in and stop anybody who, you know, denies any climate change science. This RICO thing that he's been talking about for over a year. So I think it is concerning, but I also kind of highly doubt a lot of this is mostly lip service toward Democratic donors who really care about this particular issue. But again, if Loretta Lynch actually pursued this in the Department of Justice, I would be very surprised.
Okay, so regardless of what the outcome is in this particular case, the thought is now out there. It's been put out there that the DOJ could get involved if you deny climate change. So what does it mean going down the road?
Well, there could be an effect, which is a chilling effect on any energy industry companies who may possibly be wanting to fund any research or at least support folks who are sort of bucking the scientific trend here. They may not want to do that if there is this threat out there of a civil suit against them. And so you don't even really have to have the actual suit itself. Just the fact that the nation's top law enforcement officer is saying that the Department of Justice is discussing it could be enough to really give those companies and any individuals who may think differently, you know, a second thought about that.
All right, Michael Warren joining us. Thank you.